All right, Shalom. This is the brother Nahalia from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name, Rakah is spirit, Kodash is holy, Akyam is brothers, Akwath is sisters, Shalom means peace, and Yashar Allah is Israel in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 8 and verse 1, and it reads, "And he answered me and saying, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few." And I want to go into a lesson through the spirit on that this world has been created for many. Meaning there's many ways for you to live your life in this world, despite what it does to people around you. You know, Esau has given people the illusion of options, but really it's just wickedness called by another name. And everywhere in the world, you have nations that are living however they choose to live, even though it's harming the earth, it's harming their own people. But the world to come is made for few, because again, the rulership and the dominion under Yahweh Shai is going to be given to the nation of Israel. When you deal with Daniel's the 7th chapter, it says, "What the saints shall take the kingdom and possess it." Right now, the world is fragmented. Esau has rulership, but he's given all these other nations this illusion that they have power and control as well. In the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be known who is in rulership. Like this week, they're having the Davos. They're having the World Economic Forum is having a meeting in Davos this week. And it's all about this idea that all of the nations come together to make decisions, but they still get to go back home and live their own way with their own gods and whatever the case may be. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, it's not going to be a debate. It's not going to be a meeting of nations where they get to decide anything concerning the rulership of the earth. Yahweh Shai is going to have rulership and dominion. And that's the world is being reserved for the saints, beginning with the elect under Yahweh Shai. Real quick, 2nd Esdras chapter 8 and verse 2, "I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world." Because ultimately, the elect, Lord willing we be a part of that number, are being groomed and prepared for the world to come. And this is why this world can't receive those who follow the Lamb, just like they couldn't receive the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And this world has been made for many. This world has been given to people who have this desire to live in wickedness forever, despite that the earth is in a terrible condition, despite that creation is in a terrible condition, because they all take part in this wickedness. Well, the world to come is going to be shaped and groomed through the spirit and pruned in righteousness. All right. When you go to Revelation, the 2nd chapter, what does it talk about? All right. It talks about that rulership. Those who have endured, those who have waited, Lord willing we be a part of that number under Yahweh Shai, are going to take part in the world being established in righteousness. A world that's ran on integrity and righteousness and not in greed, like this world. And this world has been created for many. You have the option to be a part of the alphabet community. You have the option in this society to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You have the option to buy cigarettes that kill, or to eat oysters, or to start a shop or a bar that sells oysters and crabs as food. This world has been given to that, despite what it does to everybody around it. That's why the scriptures talk about the Lord giving the earth over to one that is profitable, namely Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 4. "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." And the world to come is made for those few that are following the Lamb whithersoever he goes. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. That are sighing and crying for the abominations that be done. Because in this world, righteousness is frowned upon and wickedness is glorified and exalted. Lies and deceit and corruption are celebrated in this society. When you think about that, when you just sit there and think about that, it's vexing. The fact that the world is ran and celebrated in wickedness, is ran by greed and corruption, and nobody has a problem with it. That's why the scriptures say this world was made for many. Water is contaminated. The skies have been contaminated. But because Esau gives everybody an option in wickedness, a buffet of wickedness where you can decide whatever part of wickedness you want to dive into, just don't speak on the truth. Just don't sigh and cry for how the rulership is destroying the earth. This world has been created for many. Well, the world to come is going to be made for those few through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. That's the time that we're coming into. The translation of the kingdom from one people to another. Real quick, while I'm in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, I want to jump down to verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this world has been created for all of these people to still enjoy wickedness in some kind of safety, as long as they submit themselves to the rulership of Esau. Well, the world to come is going to be made and ruled by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, with the elect under that. And the world is going to be a better place because of it. People are not going to be given the ability to destroy themselves like they are given in this society. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. We're going to be able to witness the translation. Well, there's a world where wickedness is actually punished, where righteousness is actually celebrated, where rest is actually allowed, where families are actually able to prosper. Not a system where a woman can leave her man and take half of everything that he has and his children. Where adultery is accepted and exalted and looked at as freedom, when it should be condemned. Where animals sit in these zoos, which are basically prisons for animals, and fake habitats, just for the amusement of people. Where you have these slaughterhouses where the animals know that they're going to be killed, and they're pushed forward to be murdered Salakia, not to be murdered, but to be killed. For what case? For meat, but they're not supposed to be put to death that way. It releases chemicals in the food that's not good for people, stress hormones. Where pork is served as food. All of these things, because of these unrighteous dealings, because of riches got by deceit, because the world is ran in greed, all the people are in mourning, whether they understand that or not. But the world to come is made for few. And that few that have that dominion, which is the elect under Yahweh Shai, are going to implement righteousness in the earth. All right? Through ruling with a rod of iron, man. Under Yahweh Shai. All right? Revelation 2. And I want to jump down to 26. All right? And it reads, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And the world to come that's made for those few are going to have that rulership under Yahweh Shai to push forward righteousness. But at this moment in time, we're witnessing a rulership ran in wickedness. And this is a lesson of how not to rule the earth. Because the few on the top, they win, but they win through deception. And they win by destroying the people. When the rulership of the earth is set up to rule and manage the resources with equity, man. And that's not being done in this earth. And that's why the power is in the hand of the Lord. And in due season, he's going to set over it Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who is Shiloh, to bring peace in the earth. The earth was not created to just be ruled in wickedness forever and then it just be destroyed. That's Esau's story about creation. That all of this happened by accident and that it's supposed to be ruled like this because there is no better way. And if this rulership stops, the whole world stops. That's why his movies always talk about the apocalypse as the end of the world and not the end of his rulership. As the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world. But he put it in these movies that if he's not in rulership, the world can't continue. That's why through the spirit we hasten the day, but at the same time we're witnessing how not to rule by watching Esau's rulership. This is why the Lord said if he did not come, if those days weren't shortened, Salakia, there will be no flesh left to save. From pulling the oil out of the earth, contaminating the waters, putting metals in the food, putting chemicals that are harmful to people in the food, giving people a license to destroy themselves, glorifying the destruction of people, and giving them a mindset that is wicked. That's the world. That's the current present world where everybody got to be on some form of medication just to get through life. Life was not created for that purpose. It was created to be enjoyed, but it can't be enjoyed with everybody doing their own thing on the earth, destroying it. Because that's the world we have now. It has to be ran in righteousness. Everything being done decently and in order. What we're witnessing now is a world ran in disorder. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to go into that through the spirit because, again, this world has been made for many. These people don't have no problem with everything that's going on. They're looking for the new pair of Jordans, all right, the new video game that's coming out, the next Avatar 3. But they don't have no problem with everything that's being done in the earth in wickedness, man. And that's why this world was made for many, but the world to come is going to be made for the few. Lord willing, we be a part of that number so that the earth can be ran in righteousness and peace can flourish. Because that's what peace is going to do under Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. It's going to flourish and blossom. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.